channel. My name is Bree. I am a licensed esthetician and I also have my own business called Skin by Bree. And I've been in business for a little over a year now, so I thought I could make a video, talk about my experience going through school, graduating, getting my suite, and where I'm at now. Yeah, so I started school back in 2023. July of 2023, and back in that time I had no idea what I wanted to do with my future. I was so confused. I thought, okay, I'll go to college for business management. Maybe later I will get some corporate job as a manager or something. I honestly had no idea. And I honestly did struggle a lot with that because I wasn't very passionate about doing that. I kind of wanted to have my own business, especially because my boyfriend had started his own business and I saw the flexibility he had and just the creative involvement that he had, and so I really admired that and I wanted to start my own. I just had no idea what I wanted to do exactly, but deep down, skincare has always been a passion of mine, and taking care of your skin and treating it and facials and all of that stuff. I've always had such a big passion for it, and I had met this girl. She's an esthetician. She does Brazilian waxing and she does super well. Her business is very well known in my city and she honestly inspired me so much. And I wanted to do what she did, which was like waxing. I researched it and I had to go to esthetician school for 750 hours and it was thousands of dollars, and so I wasn't sure if it was something I wanted to commit to with it being so much money and like 9 months. And so I talked it over with my parents and surprisingly they were very supportive, but I ended up realizing that I didn't want to do Brazilian waxing and things like that. So I shifted my focus to facials and skincare, which I love, and I prayed about it a lot. I was like, God, I need you to confirm this for me and that this is the path that I'm supposed to go down. And I prayed about it a lot. And then on TikTok, I saw this trend where people were asking God for a sign in order to like confirm their prayer request. And they would pick like an image or a random object or name, and just if they would see it or a picture of it, then that was kind of like God's way of confirming. And so I decided to pray one morning. I was like, God, if this is the right path for me to go down, please show me an acorn. An acorn popped up in my head so randomly. I don't know why I said acorn, but I said the prayer, went on throughout my day, went to work. When I got back, my dad had sent me a Facebook video, and sometimes he'll send me videos and I don't watch them, but I forget what the video was about, but it did say the word acorn, and it was talking about like acorn pharmaceuticals or something like that, and I was like, what? Wow. I was like, no way did I just see this. And
wow.
Yeah, that night I ended up researching more schools in my city, and I booked some orientations so that I can meet the school and kind of like go over plans and things like that. I toured Paul Mitchell, Ogle, Vogue, and I feel like there's one more that I'm forgetting. If I remember, I will add it. But after I toured all of them, I ended up going with Vogue because I just felt like that's where I saw myself. And even though it wasn't like the most grandest, nicest school, it was also the most, my light just died. But it was also like one of the more affordable ones, and so I didn't mind going there. And my first day of class was July 31st. July 31st is very important, so just keep that in mind. So my start date was July 31st, and then I would have graduated April 30th. And I think that was like such a perfect date because my birthday is May 2nd, and so I did not want to be in school for my birthday. My motivation for everything was like, be out of school by your birthday. So that really motivated me to get my hours done, to show up to class every single day, because you know, if you don't show up, your date just gets pushed back, and I did not want that. So I was very on top of my hours, and I even got there early. If I was like late one day, I got there early the next. And yeah, I was very good with keeping my time. But school was so rough. School kind of low-key sucked. It was not fun. Only like the girls in my class made it fun, but other than that, like the whole like program, I guess, is just not it. Yeah, it was actually pretty depressing some days. There was many times where I wanted to give up and just quit because I hated going every day. I had to do the night class because I worked during the day, and so I was there like 5:30 to 9:30 every single day, and I hated missing out with my family in the evenings, with my boyfriend. I hated missing out on like holidays, or not holidays, but like birthdays and things like that. It was just stressful. And then having to balance like everything else around it, like work and working out, your regular life, like you couldn't really like balance it all out. And I think that really got to me. But my boyfriend was the sweetest. He would come and pick me up from school every single day, and we would just like drive around for a little while and get food and stuff. Yeah, he really did support me through that, which I'm so grateful for. Yeah, it was rough, and I cried a lot.
All of this is so humiliating and so embarrassing on me. Like, I know I look crazy. I know I
cried too much, but I don't know why, because it's like I chose to do it, but whatever. Yeah, but so I know how rough it was, and so if you're going through that right now, just know that you got this. You can finish. Trust me. It will all be worth it. And if you have dreams of opening your own business, just know that you can. You just have to get through this part. This hard part, it's all gonna pay off. It's better to look back and realize that you did it versus looking back and wishing that you did. I mean, time's gonna pass, and so whether or not you have your hours or not, like you'll still get to that point where you'll be looking back.
What?
If that makes sense.
Child. Anyway, so
yeah, I remember to stay motivated too, in class I would watch YouTube videos of girls who were starting their own businesses. I remember this one girl that I would watch on YouTube. She would talk about like writing in a journal and kind of like manifesting the things that you want. Like to write in a journal, a year from now I want to have my own business, and I want it to look like this, and I want to have these products and these services and these machines. Like just write that all down. Like write the type of vibe you want your business to be, the name, like just put it out there and just say like, a year from now I will have my own business. A year from now I will be able to offer this. I remember I wrote down in my journal, a year after I graduate, I want to have my own business, and I want it to look like this. This is the name. I want to offer these services, and that was it. I honestly wrote that in my journal and forgot about it, but I just remember like getting through the last few months of school, and April 30th came around and I ended up graduating, and I was so excited because it was just like days before my birthday. I went out to eat with my family and my boyfriend, and it was so fun. My teacher was so sweet. She gave me like a little goodbye gift. Sometimes like I'm thinking about school, and I do kind of miss being there in a way. Even though I cried every single day, I do miss seeing the girls, and my teacher was really sweet. It was definitely an experience, and it was hard, but little moments like making friends or spending Halloween and Thanksgiving to get Friendsgiving together, like days like that, like I look back and I do treasure those moments, those happy moments. So I graduated April 30th. My birthday was May 2nd. I'll insert some photos here from my graduation, and then my birthday. I turned 22 that year. So this is very important. I scheduled my exams right after school, and I recommend you do the exact same thing. Don't put it off. Don't wait months. You don't need to. You don't need to wait. They're so easy. Don't overthink them. just go in like fresh after school and complete them. I feel like a lot of the things on the exam I didn't necessarily learn in school. When it comes to the practical where you're actually having to do like the services in front of a judge, I know that we practice it in school, so it did help to kind of do it like right away. I honestly just like studied some Quizlets online and they really helped me. If I find them, I'll link the Quizlets below on what I used to study. I remember answering them pretty confidently, and I passed. You can't book your practical exam until you pass your written. So as soon as I passed my written, I called and I got my practical exam booked or scheduled. It was on June 19th. That was like the only date that they had. It was like a whole month later. I took my exam, and honestly, like, it wasn't even that hard. The main thing you need to do is just practice, obviously. I took my exam, I passed, and I remember that day was like super rainy, like it was like thunderstorming. I went to go see my grandma because it was her birthday. And yeah, so after that, I just like took clients out of my home for a while. I'll insert a video here of like the little setup I had at my parents' house because I do live with my parents. They gave me a little room in our house upstairs, and so I was just using that to take clients out of. It was working for a while. I was just like, oh, I wonder what the next step is. I just didn't know how long it would take before I could afford a suite because I know that's the suites at the salons are very expensive, like $1,200 a month, and I did not have clientele like that to rent out a suite. So I was just at my parents' house taking clients here and there, just like saving money. I was pretty content, even though my heart like desired more. I had faith in God that He was gonna provide for me. I didn't have any worries about it. It wasn't until July that same year that my neighbor, he leases this office space. He posted on Facebook that he was leasing 2 offices. And so my mom sent that to me and she's like, oh, look, our neighbor is renting these 2 office spaces out. One is $300 a month and one is $200 a month. And I was like, are you joking? That's perfect. I messaged my neighbor and I was like, hey, can I check out one of those spaces? Because I have my business I want to start. And he was like, yeah, of course, let's do it. One of the rooms was bigger and the other one was smaller, and I wanted the bigger room. But by the time like we met, somebody had already taken that room. So I had to get the smaller one, which was like further in the back, which is honestly like perfect because whenever people come in, they're all in the front and then I'm in the back doing facials, so it's like quiet. And yeah, I saw the space. I'll enter a picture here of when I first saw the space. It was empty. It was like a little classroom. And yeah, I was just like envisioning everything that I wanted to do with it. I was like, let me paint the walls, let me get some decor, let me space it out and measure and see what I can fit in here. And yeah, so I told my neighbor I wanted it, and I signed the lease on July 31st, which is a year after I started school. Isn't that crazy? I was praying for me to start my business a year after graduating, but I signed my lease on July 31st, which is a year after I started school. Hold on, bro. And honestly, this whole thing honestly, throughout this whole process, God has guided me. I've had to learn this a lot, but like, if I really want something, I have to remember that like, if I don't have it now, there's probably a reason for it, and if it's God's will, I will get it eventually, but only He knows what the right timing will be. And His timing is so much better than ours because look at me. I was wanting to start a business a year after I graduated, which wouldn't have been till the following April, but instead God planned it out so that I could start my business a year exactly after starting school. I went from graduating, I had my birthday, I passed my exams, and then I opened my suite. Yeah, it honestly could not have worked out any better. After I signed my lease, I got straight to work with like ordering things and picking out paint and decorations and artwork, all of that, and I had like an overall vibe I wanted to do. It was just a matter of finding pieces that were not super expensive. I found a lot of stuff on Amazon. I found my artwork from Home Goods. I can do a video on like startup costs and like all my equipment and stuff. My parents bought me a bed. They were like very helpful. My boyfriend also helped me buy some of my stuff. Point is, my family and my boyfriend, they were super supportive and helping me like buy all of my stuff. Yeah, also my boyfriend was the best because he pretty much built everything. Yeah, this is how the final product turned out. And yeah, I've been in business for like over a year. It's crazy. And now I'm just learning as I'm going on how to market myself, how to build my clientele, how to advertise and post on social media. It's all been a learning experience, but I think that I'm getting better at it. In the beginning, it's normal to feel overwhelmed, but it's just like trial and error, honestly. And just invest in areas that are working for you. And if they're not working for you, maybe try something new and just don't give up, because it's possible. We just have to put the effort in. Yeah, I'm learning new things every day. I hope that this video could be like motivating for somebody. You know that you have the ability to do this too. And you're capable of so much. If it's something your heart desires, seek it and just go after it and just be like crazy and just believe that things are going to work out for you, because when you go in with a positive mindset, it will, like, things will happen for you and doors will open. Don't give up if you're in school. But yeah, I am very happy to be starting this channel. I've been wanting to do it for a long time and I'm finally getting around to it. I definitely want to make more videos of like maybe like a sweet tour. I'm gonna link all my socials below, so if you guys want to check out my business page, you can go ahead and do that. If you want a video where I go deeper into my business and like how I like legalized it, I can do a video about that too. Let me know what you guys are interested in watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and I can't wait to make more, so stay tuned for those. But yeah, that's my experience going through school, graduating, and starting my business. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!